All right, so we've landed back, and we're here with Ty. Do you want to say hi, Ty?
Hello.
Thanks so much for having me back and for talking with me today. Um, I loved your island design so much. Yeah,
Thank
that we're
you.
here at a dreamy morning, my favorite time of
Yeah,
day.
I know. I love the music too. It's
Yeah, yeah, it's so chill. Cool. So, yeah, maybe just to start off with, could you explain in your own words how you describe the theme of your island, and you also have like a really cool backstory. I read out some of it in my tour, but I don't know if you want to just like
yeah.
talk our viewers
Um,
through it.
yeah, definitely. So, I think I take a lot of my inspiration from where I used to live, like back in the UK.
hmm
Um, I actually moved here like 4 years ago,
Okay.
to Australia
hmm
and into the city, which is a big difference than living like rural.
mm
So I think that kind of hit me. Like we visit there a lot sometimes, but right now like we can't.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm missing it a lot. So that's why I think this has been a great outlet for kind of my feeling of homesick, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So
So is this
yeah,
kind of
I
like
feel
the
like
rural town you lived in before?
um it's it's like quite like that. It's very foresty. I lived near a lot of forest.
hmm
Um and I really loved exploring all those forests.
Yeah.
And yeah, now I don't really get that so much here. Um, so I like my island is like a dense forest. So
Yeah.
and I also really love like horror and fantasy.
hmm
So I thought it would be fun to like incorporate that into my like island because I don't know, I just feel like it would feel like really like me. Because I mean, that's what you want your island to be like, really.
Yeah, for
You
sure,
want
for
it to be
sure.
something that you can, like, I guess, relate to,
Yeah,
or you want it
definitely.
to be something that you like. Oh yeah, and this is my little snowman area that I planned
Oh,
on.
cute. I don't know how the
Because I
snowmen
have to get.
work. Do you have to build
Oh,
them?
basically, yeah. So
Oh.
two little snowballs will
hmm
appear, and then you just roll them up, and then you can create this big guy.
That's
Wow, he is
so
huge.
cool. That's so cool. But yeah, on your theme, like I completely see that because you've created such a beautiful natural forest. And I'll like ask you some more questions about that later on. But yeah, and your theme and your backstory just give it so much life and character. I really love a backstory to any island. Um, and do you want to like describe that backstory a bit?
um, so basically, I'd say in the beginning, the person Ty, my player, um, like moved here after maybe something, I guess, going wrong in their life, so they wanted to start over,
Uh,
and so they came here when they heard about it. So they became like the island, like postman, like delivering mail, stuff like that.
that's really cute.
And then when like Blathers came along, I guess uh, like Ty was digging up a lot of fossils,
hmm
so Blathers was kind of shocked about that. So he called his friend Onio, which is in this house right here, who is
hmm
a researcher on the island, who is a
hmm
friend of Blathers, and basically he's researching the like kind of creepy going on of around the island. So
Yeah, yeah. I love
yeah,
that.
so that basically you can see like a lot of I put like over here. It was this is just a little place. It's nothing really like that it doesn't really mean anything. I just thought it would be nice.
It's a little bit eerie, but it's still very beautiful and aesthetic.
To add to the kind of creepy kind of theme.
Yeah, sure, definitely. And yeah, maybe at the end of the tour, I'll ask you what you think happened to Onio, like the what's the end of the story, unless you don't want to give it away. But yeah, just but before we get to that, just like your design aesthetic is really, really beautiful and natural. I love how you do all your paths. Do you have a specific trick to that?
So basically what I do with my path is I'll basically create kind of like circles, and then I'll add on to, like, on the map, there's a lot of like windy, broken paths, and some, like, on the more rural areas, they'll be more broken, or like only one big patch or something. I kind of like the idea from population growing, like where like you'd run on a certain area for a long time, and it would create that kind of like path that's like kind of like a broken feel. So
oh wow,
I really wanted to create that. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I've never thought of doing that or thinking about that.
I also put a lot of weeds and flowers in the way to make it look very overgrown. So that it gives it the feel that it's not really used that much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
That's
I like
awesome.
to put like custom designs on it, like just stone bricks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To make it kind of feel, I guess, more natural, you know, because paths have stuff on them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you're talking about the custom designs, and I see like you have some kind of some of your paths are almost like shaped like figure eights. That's cool. I haven't seen anyone do that before, but they look like yeah, because I see a lot of circles, but I think these kind of the variations on the circles are really cool.
Yeah, because you can see here, I like basically what I start out with is I make like a circle, and then I'll add on to it to make this kind of shape that's very wavy and windy.
Yeah.
So like right here, I use these a lot. I really love this shape.
Yeah, it's really
cool. The diagonal
cool.
path. Because, I don't know, because I like how it doesn't connect very straight. It kind of dips in.
Yeah, definitely.
The thing that saddens me is like when I can't like round a path because it's like one tile wide, and it's like, because it looks
I think
so
those
out
are
of place
things.
with all the rounded.
Yeah, those are things that probably only the creator sees, and everyone else is like, "Oh, it's just so nice."
Yeah. I also
go on.
Another thing I put is these. I forgot.
They're so cute.
Them, but I love them so much, and when I saw them, I was like, I think this was the main inspiration for the main story. These QR codes.
That's brilliant.
So, like, basically, they're like I like to think of it more as a spirit, I guess, that leaves like a imprint on the island, even though it's like not physically, but it still leaves a physical like imprint, I guess. I don't know how
a mark.
To say it. It's like
yeah. It has a impression.
Also, you can see the the spirit back there.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool that you could see it through the gel bars. So
it's very cool because it's kind of hidden, but yeah, it's still visible
only
there.
if you pay close attention. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then like a lot of I found that you like your paths we talked about, but just like in general, all your kind of connecting areas are so beautiful and natural. Like I think a lot of people struggle with that, where they can make an area itself like a post office or a whatever.
Oh man, you should see how I planned out the You should see how I planned out the tour of the map. Oh my gosh, I can send that to you if you want.
Yeah, sure.
There's so many like just lines everywhere, and it's like sometimes backtracking, so it's like a bit confusing.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's fine, but just like this is an example where just like this is a little route, but you've made it just look so pretty and natural, and
Thank you.
like there's lots to see while you're walking around. How do you design these areas? What do you start with?
I think I just start with placing down trees, and then I decide if I want to make it like go around the tree or through the trees, I guess.
Oh,
With this
that's cool.
part, I had so many different designs for it, and nothing worked. I had like a mush table here with like a little stool or something, and it just didn't look right ever. So I just decided to do a little walkway because I thought that would just, and it turned out really nice. Yeah,
definitely. And like I love these little trees anyways, but in winter that is so adorable. Just got like
I know,
a little bit of icing sugar on top.
At the top.
Yeah.
They glow at the top, and it's
oh, it's so precious. And I mean
that
links.
You can still shake them. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're so cute.
So cute.
That links to another question in terms of designing in winter. I imagine, because you're Southern Hemisphere, so I don't know what season you started with, but winter seems to be so unique in terms of the way you think about, especially pathing and everything.
Oh boy, yeah, definitely. It's an interesting season. It's a very beautiful one at that.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to work with when you're building up your island. Like right now, a lot of people have already built their islands, like in Northern Hemisphere. It's like you've got grass.
Yeah.
For, like, 2 whole seasons. We got like the autumn grass, which is also quite hard to work with if you're going for certain themes.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't that hard to work with because I think autumn is my favorite season, and spring. But it's really hard to work with the snow because it's not grass, and it's like I like my island in grass, so it's really hard to terraform as well as like placing flowers and especially weeds as well, because the weeds just blend in with the snow.
Yeah, but I really like it though. They've got like such an interesting color and texture to them. I think they're really
also like
beautiful.
The trees, they're all like snow covered, so everything
I know. Yeah.
So it's like,
they look like
everything kind of feels out of place.
Oh, I think they look like they've been dipped in frosting or something. I think they're so
sweet. Definitely these trees look like they're like ice cream.
Yeah, I would definitely eat that tree.
But a plus side of having winter is like I can get all the DIYs, like the frozen treats. I love these.
Yeah, they're really cool. Go on.
Oh no, that's all.
No,
I really like them.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I think winter has some of the coolest DIYs, like autumn and winter, I think. And I love this stone path that you use. I've seen the code, but I've never seen it used, and it just looks so natural.
Oh, I love how it's got different bits to make it like kind of connect, like windy, like. Oh, I think. Hold on, I think. Come with me, and there's a little path, the one that separates the this jumping bit. So basically, I just made this so you can have easy access to go through here, and I actually used these stones to make like the
that's so pretty.
And then you've got the lighthouse up there. So.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And it comes out here.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's such a underrated path. But I guess how many slots do you use to get all the different variations that you use?
Oh, I think, let me check. So it's 6 slots.
Okay.
I don't use the big stone much.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like it because it's like the stones either side of it feel too symmetrical.
Right. Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of custom designs.
Really?
I only have like the for that big dirt patch, those big dirt patches that look like stumps or something.
Yeah.
Those take up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for the complete set. And then my marketplace flooring is like, I think, 5 slots.
Yeah.
So expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean all the cool paths end up taking up so much space. I have the path, and that's just like such a slot suck.
Oh, I tried using that once. I tried using it, and I was like, I miss my paths having weeds on them.
Yeah, I think honestly,
back.
I think that's the biggest issue with the path that I have is like I want to put stuff on it.
Yeah.
Can't. Yeah. But I mean, I think you've created your own unique version. This will be the Thai path.
Yeah. While we're here, I think this has got to be one of my favorite places.
Yeah,
it's just got this flow to it that's really. I like how it looks like if you. Like
the walkway is gorgeous.
It kind of just you can see like the other street lamps in the background and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I just like how I made this.
Yeah. No, the landscape is really beautiful. Wait, let me take a still shot of that. Yeah, that's beautiful. And then I love how you have the trees lining the pathway and all the different lights and stuff like that. This is the kind of area I mean when I was saying like your pass-through areas are just really beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. I also my starting map, if you compare it to my map now, it looks pretty similar because I really worked with the terrain that I was given. Because I'm really bad at terraforming, like big cliffs. Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed.
I don't terraform like big cliffs, so like I tried taking down when I was like when I first got terraforming, and I hated how it looked. But so I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna work with the terrain because I feel like it already has such a natural flow.
Yeah, no, you're right, definitely. That's really cool.
So this whole island bit it's basically like exactly the same.
Wow. Well, you had a good starter map then.
Yeah, I think I chose the right one, but my plaza is very close, but I think I made it work.
Yeah, it definitely still works. Cool. So, and then should we talk about your houses? You have like some like creepy house designs, but also like really cozy ones. Like I can't remember which house, but the one with like the red carpet and everything. It feels really warm and cozy. What's your approach to designing that?
I think so. Basically, I started off with my bedroom because I had a kind of basically the one I had before was like I had the I forgot what it was called, like shanty mat, and I kind of worked with this kind of whole theme of having this one living space as just like with the kitchen and the bed. So I decided I wanted to make my own bedroom because I planned things out first in Hobbs Island.
Oh, really? That's cool.
So basically I do that and then I get all the items that I need to complete the look. Yeah. And then I do it. And so I just basically copy in that design into my home. Yeah. And because then I don't have to just work with the things I just have, because then I can actually visualize it with the things that I can order and stuff, or craft.
I have never thought of that, and that is so smart. Yeah. So, because you could just get really multiple versions of everything, right?
it has saved me so much. I don't think I could live without Harp's Island.
I feel really dumb that I've never even thought of using it that way. I just used it as like extra design spot.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Harp's Island is totally underrated.
Yeah, I agree. When I first got it, I was like, well, this is a waste of game. It doesn't even. I actually originally I thought the designs wouldn't save, but like obviously when you go back, you get to revisit the same room until you tear it down. But yeah, it's definitely underrated. I agree. I've come around to it. And then so that's your
very helpful tool.
Yeah, so that's your trick for designing rooms. What's your trick for designing spaces, like all these areas on your island? What do you start with?
Really, I never have a plan.
Yeah.
I literally just wing it. I'll do a few designs and like this the area we were just in, the like the middle island space. That had like about 5 makeovers.
Oh wow, okay.
And I still don't know if I'm happy with it because it's just such an awkward space to work with.
Wait, which one?
I used to have like this area over here, just behind the plaza.
Yeah. No, it's really cool.
Bridge. Yeah, it's such a hard space to work with because I used to have like this viewing point for the waterfall back there. And then I changed it to be my campsite. And then I thought it would just be weird to have the campsite right as you come out of resident services because it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like an awkward...
More hidden.
Yeah. So basically I made that island for it. And then I guess this is just hanging up clothes and chopping wood and stuff like that. Just the...
I think that makes sense. It's like an offshoot of the camp.
And you've got the crafting table and stuff.
Yeah. No, I think it's really cool. And then so would you wing it, like you said with the paths you start with trees, is it the same with the kind of bigger areas, or do you like, what do you start with?
I think with these areas I'll get a few items that I like, and then I'll put some of those items down, and like with the log benches and stuff, I'll basically craft some of those. I'll craft one and I'll see how that looks and fits. And then I'll craft more and I'll basically put those down as like just anywhere I think that would be like fit for it.
So you start with items first?
Sometimes. And sometimes in these kind of areas, I'll start with terraforming the water, and then I'll do a path, and then I'll do the trees, and then the items.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have a very consistent designing style.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I think it's useful for people to hear like all the different ways you can approach stuff. So yeah, that's cool. And
I think a lot of people. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, go on.
Okay. I think a lot of people also like the idea of like when you see like people's islands, you're like, oh, this is so well planned out, but it's in reality it's like a lot of failed attempts and also like just absolute no idea, not going into this with like a actual like complete plan. Like you have a few items you know you want to use. Well, like for me, and I think it's worked out pretty good in my favor.
Yeah, definitely. I think that totally works, and it's good for people to hear that it does take trial and error, and sometimes things work out and sometimes things don't, because especially on these videos I get a lot of like comments like, oh, my island is trash, I'm gonna tear it all down. But it's just like a process, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I like watch island tours, and sometimes I'm like, oh, damn it, or something like.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of beat myself up, and I'm like, and then I'll take a step back and I'll be like, why am I doing that?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Like, I'd say just, like, take inspiration or something, like, and not kind of beat yourself up, because, like, I had someone talk to me on Discord, and they visited my, like, dream address, and, after they had done, they were like, oh, mine's never gonna be as good as this, and I'm like, oh, no, of course. It doesn't even have to be, like, I don't think my island is, like, god tier or whatever. But they were like, no, I swear, it's like, it's so cool and creative, and I'm like, thank you. And they're like, I just got the game, so I'm like, you just got the game, exactly. So definitely take inspiration from, like, my island, and you'll definitely get there.
Yeah,
it just
for sure.
takes a lot of time. I have like 700 hours. So...
yeah. I think that's just the reality of it. Like, it takes a lot of trial and error. It takes a lot of time. Like, I don't think anyone's island looks good in the first 100, maybe 200 hours.
No
like
way.
Maybe 150 you're starting to look a little bit better, but realistically it takes a while, right? And just to build up all the items and DIYs and also getting to know what you want to do with your island.
In the beginning, my island just had a few, like, custom design paths that I've made myself, and they were really bad. And, like, a few, like, items scattered around to make it look presentable. And then I actually got inspiration.
Yeah, I was so stingy with my custom designs in the beginning. Like, it took me probably months before I even filled up my slots, because I was just, like, holding on to them for some nonsense reason. Yeah, no, that I completely agree. And so just with your backstory, what do you think happened to Onio?
Nobody's really seen him in a few days. So everyone's thinking he's just shut himself in his house. So nobody really knows. And I don't know when we're gonna see him again, really. But
do the villagers ask about him?
Yep, they do, but I don't have an answer for them. I don't know if he's scared, or he's doing more research, or he's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Oh, I love it. Great. And then, just before we wrap up, like, do you have any future plans for your island? Any other areas you're hoping to build, or?
I think maybe once maybe spring comes or something, I'll transform my island into kind of a new theme or something. Or I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna go with whatever I feel like, and I feel like that's kind of the best thing to do, because you gotta follow what you want to. And it's not always about plans, because sometimes plans can be like, oh, but now I want to do this, but this will mess with my plan, or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's a great philosophy. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Ty. If people want to follow you, what's the best way?
I have an Instagram of my island. It's Tyzel. So I can give you it to put in the description if you want.
Perfect. Excellent.
So yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It was such a beautiful island. This is, I think, the second winter island I've been to, but like the first natural one, and I'm just, I can't wait to winter. It's so beautiful. So thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Great. Well, thanks guys for listening to this Creator Insights. Please follow Ty. I'll link his handle in the description. And tune in next time for another Creator Insights and Island Tour. Bye guys.